Welcome back to the Shipyard. The IRW Praetus is, well, an Enterprise era Romulan bird of prey. And I could insert a whole bunch of it's so old jokes here, and I won't for the sake of, well, brevity. Anywho, it's a 2230. And for the most part, you should not run ships with no shields because then all of your stuff is susceptible to all of those effects that say target a ship with no active shields that is not cloaked. Well, this ship at least can cloak. But it has this big caveat. You may use the cloak action even if you have no active shields. Whenever you choose the cloak action, roll an attack die on a battle station's result, you take a damage. Boy, that's a downside. Here's the other thing. This ship goes tech weapon. Where's the crew? Like, seriously, where's the crew? It just doesn't make sense. Like, I know Romulan ships don't need a lot of crew to work, but they should have crew. It's just because we never saw a crew. You know, I'd love to see a Romulan-based series, Romulan-focused series, from the perspective of Romulans, so that we could flesh out Romulan lore. Anywho, it's not a great named ability. It's I mean, yes, it enables cloak, but it just hurts if you're unlucky. And I don't like risking things like this. So, anyway, we'll move on. Dial's great. 2-3 turns white. I mean, I would have preferred 1 turns rather than 3 turns. I think it's maneuverable enough to do that. But, you know, can't get everything you want. Generic loses a tech. Yeah, loses a tech. Doesn't lose a shield, so it costs the same. But it loses the cloak and sensor echo actions. Really should cost less. That's what I'll say about that. Valdor is our captain. Skill 5, no talent slot. When attacking, if your ship is not in the target ship's forward firing arc, add an attack die. And I mean, that's a nice ability. Gives you room to pilot. Brings an element of piloting to the game. I like Valdor on some of these newer Valdor class ships. The Saran comes to mind because you get that extra maneuver. Even on, say, the Algeron, if you play it the correct way, where you get the maneuver and then target, you know, there's some flexibility there. It's a spin on the Defiant 1764 named ability where you get to reroll when you're not in the forward firing arc. So actually Valdor on the 1764 would be kind of nice because then you get an extra die and you get to reroll your attack dice. It's kind of an all or nothing, but it's a nice gamble in my mind. Nuclear missiles. Boy, I kind of wanted to do a Chekhov there. It's a 3-point weapon, range 1 to 2. Spend your target lock, disable the card. You can reroll your blanks one time. Sorry, one of your blanks one time. I mean, that's something, but it's not great. And it's only 3 dice. It doesn't actually help you. And I'd rather just have my target lock to reroll everything, plus get my bonus attack die at range 1. So this card is bad, and it would be fine, not fine. It would be something if it gave me a 4th attack die. Cloaked Mines, we're going to come back, talk about them last. Polarized hull plating. When your ship is hit, convert a crit into a hit. So a spin on the Defiant, less of a effective version, but you know, not taking crits is a nice thing, but I don't know that I would pay for it. Now if you let me cancel a hit in addition or instead, that might be worth something. And I understand absorbing a crit, turning a crit into just normal damage is nice, but I just need this card to do something a little more. And if it did a little more, I'd actually be on board with it. All right, Cloaked Mines. Yeah, this is really the only reason anyone buys the Praetus, because Cloaked Mines are that good. And I don't want to start the are they way too good discussion, because yeah, they are. So Cloaked Mines do this area of effect attack. You're limited in how you can place them, but you're not really that limited. You get to place them within range 2 of your ship and not within range 2 of an enemy ship. That's a huge area. The thing is, any ship that goes within range 1 of the mine template takes 3 die attack and takes the damage. They don't get to roll defense dice. Cloaked Mines just do way too much. And they're not unique. They're not ship unique. They're not any kind of unique. So I call Cloaked Mines just too good. And yes, they're very effective at slowing down swarms. The best strategy is just to fly through them, take one thing of damage, and then you're done. But the problem is, the most effective way to run Cloaked Mines is to run multiples of them. And if you do that, then you're in trouble, and you can't ever really just fly through them because you're going to keep taking damage. So Cloaked Mines warrant a whole different video, but they exist in this pack. This is where you go to get them, and having them here is what makes this a necessary pack and almost an impossible pack to find. Short of that, Valdor is an interesting captain and a reason to get this pack. But yeah, aside from that, this pack is not great. So yes, you've got one hyper good card, one okay card, and then a pack full of relative filler. All right, that's the Praetus. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.